Debt, it is like a sword. It is a weapon. You can use it to, well, cut the enemies, protect your family, or you can use this to cut yourself. So what do you do with it? And there are two kinds of debt. There's the good debt and there's bad debt. I want you to think about debt as, instead of the word debt, I want to teach you a new vocabulary. I want you to think of debt as leverage. It's leverage. So debt is nothing more than the money that you borrow from someone or an institution to perform an activity. And that activity can make you richer, right? You cut off your enemy, or make you poor. It is that simple. So if you think about debt in that kind of setting, in that kind of circumstances, so good debt, what do I mean by that? Let's say good debt is a business loan that you borrow from the bank to expand your business, to buy that new piece of equipment, maybe to hire more employees, to grow your company, to grow your business. That's good debt. That's a business loan. Or it could be a mortgage that you borrow from the bank to invest in investment property. That's good debt. Or it could even be student loan that you borrow from the government. Now you are improving your skill sets so you can deliver more value to the marketplace. That's okay too. That's a good debt. But you notice, it's not so much about the debt. It's the person that's borrowing the money. So let's say the entrepreneur borrowing money from the bank. If the entrepreneur is smart, is wise, and he uses that money or she uses that money to grow the company and generates more revenue, that's good debt. On the other hand, same different entrepreneurs, same circumstances, borrow money from the bank, then makes a bad investment, bought the wrong piece of equipment, or expand too quickly. Now the business is losing money. Well, it went from good debt to now bad debt. Does that make sense? Now let's talk about bad debt, the second kind of debt, the worst kind of debt. What am I talking about? Car loans, payday loans, right? Credit card debt, personal debt for personal consumptions, or even other types of debt that you are borrowing but really is for your personal pleasure, right? It doesn't really generate money. It doesn't make you richer, it makes you poor. That's what I call bad debt. So you think about debt, it's not that it's good or it's bad or anything like that. It's simply a form of leverage. How do you use this leverage to make you richer or poor? So I started off with, because I was a lousy businessman, I had a lot of bad debt, and I started paying them off, and I started paying them off, and I started paying them off. And now I use leverage for good. I want you to think about it. Almost every millionaire and billionaire in the world uses debt or leverage in some form. Almost every single one of them. So today I have very, very little bad debt. I have a lot of good debt. Good debt that makes me richer, that makes me money. So let me give you 3 steps that will help you get out of debt. Step number 1, focus on increasing your income, not lowering your debt. I want you to ask yourself a question. Making the money that you're making right now, how long would it take you to pay off all your debt? Comment below. Would it take you 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? When you think in those terms, it's so overwhelming. How the hell are you going to pay off all those money that you owe? So it's unrealistic to think you can be debt-free or get off debt with your current income. At least for most people, it's virtually impossible. So what you want to focus on is increasing your income so you can pay off that debt faster. What you need is, it doesn't matter what it is that you do. You could have a job, a job, you could have a business, it doesn't matter. But what you need is what I call a high income skill. A side hustle that you could make money on the side in your spare time, when you're not at work, when you're not in your business, to bring more money in so you can pay off that debt faster. Let me give you an example. One of my best friend's husbands, he is a good employee. He makes about $100,000 a year with his job. Pretty good income, pretty good pay. But in his spare time, in summertime, he actually teaches golf. And in the wintertime, in Vancouver, he teaches people how to ski. So he's a golf instructor in summertime, And then in wintertime, he is a ski instructor. It's something that he loves, it's his passion, but he also makes good money doing it. By having that high income skill on the side, on top of that 100K that he's bringing in every year, he makes an additional $30,000 a year as a golf instructor and a ski instructor. That's a high income skill. Now I want you to imagine this. With whatever you're making right now, if you could bring in additional $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, without changing what you're doing, just adding an additional stream of income, how much faster would you pay off that debt? That's exactly what I did. I was in my early 20s. I told you, I was $150,000 in debt. I was making only a few $1,000s a month. But as I was working and developing my high income skill, I was making more money. I was then making $5,000 a month, $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month. You see, if I just focus on the debt, if I was using the $2,000 that I was making to pay off that $150,000 in debt, I will wait till I'm like 65 years old. I will never pay that damn thing off. But I was making more money and I kept my expenses very, very low. So I was able to pay that off. 5,000 here, 3,000 there, 10,000 there, 15,000 there. And before you know it, I was debt free. So that's step number one. Focus on increasing your income, not lowering your debt. Step number two, use good debt to invest in yourself. Now remember, debt is nothing more than leverage. Even when I was $150,000 in debt, I was continuously investing in myself. I was investing in courses and programs to upgrade my skills. You see, money earned is a byproduct of value creation. If you want to make more money, you need to deliver more value. In order to deliver more value to the marketplace, guess what you have to do? You need to improve your skills. See, most people, they want more money. Then I want more money, but they don't want to work on their skills. You see, in life, you don't get what you want. You get what you deserve. So my friends were telling me, you are stupid. You're already $150,000 in debt. Why are you still investing in these courses? Why are you buying all these programs? What, are you crazy? You're stupid. You should save the money. I was telling them, you know what? I'm already $150K in debt. That $500 course, that $1,000 seminar, that is not gonna affect anything. I'm $150K in debt. But if I could get one golden nugget, I can get an idea, I could learn a new skill set through those programs, there's a chance that my life could change. And that's exactly what I did. You see, you don't have a debt problem, you have a skill problem. You work on your skills so you can make more money, then your debt problem is gone. And step three, I want you to list every single debt that you have. Oh, you may be thinking, no, I don't want to think about it. No, I want you to list every single debt that you have. So you have a credit card debt of $5,000, or maybe you have a student loan of $10,000, or you have another car payment, car loan that is $8,000, and then you have another small little credit card here and there that's $1,000. Okay, I want you to be very specific. I don't even want you to use round numbers. I want you to get it absolutely clear, crystal clear. It's $5,236.52. It is $10,826. I want you to be very, very clear, because when it's a round number in your head, what happens is it always feels bigger and more overwhelming, right? And clarity is power. Bigness is weakness. You don't want to have a vague answer. You don't want to have a vague problem. You want to be very clear exactly how much you owe, and you list all of them. And I bet you can comment below. Once you do this, it might actually not be as bad as you think. Now you can see, okay, this is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to tackle. Let's do it one at a time. Now, what I'm going to teach you, step number three, it goes against every single damn financial expert. What they're out there, what they're telling you. Well, because most of them are broke, let's face it. They don't have money. They have a lot of debt themselves. What I'm going to teach you works. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about all the debt that you have right now. Let's say this particular one, it has an interest rate of 20%. And this small credit card, whatever, it has a 12% interest rate. Every single damn expert, they will tell you, here's what you want to do. You want to pay off the debt that has the highest interest rate, right? That is costing you the most amount of money. Oh, let's do that. It might sound logical, right? It sounds, yeah, that's a logical answer. Here's the problem. Human beings, we are not logical. We're emotional beings. So instead of paying off the one that has the highest interest rate, here's what I recommend. What I would do is I would pay off this one first. Here's why. I want you to pay off the debt. Pick one that has the highest, the biggest psychological payoff for you. You know the one I'm talking about. The one that's been like lingering. Maybe it's money that you owe to your family and friends that they've been keep bugging you again and again and again, and you felt so guilty and so bad that if you pay that one debt off, you will feel so good, you will feel so alive. Pay off that first. Even though the interest rate may be lower, it doesn't make logical sense, forget logic. That's what I did. When I pay off that first little bit of debt, suddenly what happens is, oh, I felt I could do this. I could actually start crossing these off one at a time. And small success leads to bigger success. And then I pay off this one. And then you could pay off this one. And then you pay off this one. But until you pay one off, this feels so overwhelming. And guess what? Then you're paralyzed and you never take any action. I don't want that to happen to you. So step number 3, pay off the debt that has the biggest psychological payoff for you personally. Do that first. If you want to get out of your debt even faster and you want to develop that high income skill that I was talking about, and if you're serious, I want you to click on a link somewhere on this page. It could be below, could be somewhere here, and join me for a special 2-hour training where I'm going to teach you how to make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or even $15,000 a month without prospecting, without cold calling, and without doing anything online. So go ahead and click the link there, and I'll see you in class.